pretty colleague of his that he had to go and say hello to. So we're here with the warm-up. Whilst they're warming up and Horst is away, I will admit to being wicked there with Horst, because it is a controversial group, under 21, and we will have to keep it going for a little while before we prove that it's the right thing to do. So, but I did it with a smile, so. They're finishing their warm-up. Horst is coming back. And the lady with the smelling salts has sat down. So they're almost ready to go. So we've got British interest in the boys with Luke Strong, and in the girls with Sophie Lewis and Nicole Shaw. So strong competitors there. But Denmark, Portugal, Ukraine, Belarus, they're all there. So we've got a lot of strong competitors here. And for me, that is another reason to have a group like this. So the last of them there on the warm-up, and I'll hand over to Horst.
And I'm very pleased to see Latvia and Austria competing here, because we haven't seen them since long, and now it seems that they have young athletes, full teams, everything, and that will give us hope for the future, that they also participate in the individual Hungary also. That is a real success to see these nations here, these federations. Again, they were before, but had some rest for some years, and now they start again. And as we see full teams, we can expect from them that they also will be there in the seniors event in the future. So now we start, I think, with the ladies, hopefully.
Разминка закончена.
Warm-up is over.
Финальное упражнение девушки.
Final routine.
So first of all, we will have Ana Robalo from Portugal. Good routine from Anna. Oh, also. But we have wrong information here. It was the Danish girl, Myla Valmut. So they put in here on our list, they put in the reserve. So I think it was the Danish girl, Myla Valmut. And of course there's Bo Turubi as her coach. As we sit so far away here in the corner of the arena, we couldn't made it out before, but I think they put the reserves onto our list, so I made this mistake. Good routine from Myla then. So, and we wait for the first score. Nice smile from Myla. 49-65.
Men, Alexei Solonenko, Belarus.
So, the same on the starting list for the men. Belarus is the first to start, Alexei Salanenka.
Looking at the medal type as it currently is, Denmark there in 8th place currently. But we've now got a 10th country, Spain, of course, joining the medal table. That's more than a third of the countries here. So that's quite a good spread, I think, of medals. We're seeing some interesting performance. Stoy being shouted out from the crowd. And it looks like the coach is happy as well. So I think we're all right there, Horst.
I think Alexei Salanenke did a real good job there. Maybe better than in his preliminaries. And I think he will score good points and will give the others followers a headache to for them to beat these scores. Well, 52.755. So the first score for the others to beat. And we have from Great Britain now, I think, on the ladies trampoline, Sophie Lewis.
Ladies, Sophie Lewis, Great Britain.
Sophie training at Edgebarrow Trampoline Club. They're in Bracknell with Sue Lawton. Had quite a strong start to the competition. Getting stuck a little there. Struggling to control, getting it back in control, but she is a fighter. From here it looks like she's got it back under control. And finishes. Not the best routine we've ever seen from her. Looks down at Sue. Not overly happy on that body language, but I think she got stuck a little bit there in the middle. But she did really well, I think, to fight it back and not to stop and not to touch the side. So she stayed on, and that alone can help from the position that she's in. Waiting for the final scores to come in. 47.585 I've got here. Puts her into second place currently. Going now on to the men.
our first competitor from Austria, Martin Spack. Except the last one, the routine was not bad, and he must have seen a trampoline for some while, because otherwise you can't be as good as he was now. I would really say, except the last one, the routine was okay. Also difficulty. And recovered well, even though he was very close to the index. And happy to have finished his first really serious competition, international competition, with 53.825. And the ladies from Latvia, Karina Afonina.
Yes, again, another one of those countries, Latvia, that are relatively new to this arena. Good start. You know, it's all very easy for us to make comment about stability and those kinds of things, but to stand up here and do it under the pressure that we're in, all struggling at the end, you know, is such a big deal for these guys. And I know that, you know, they're special people. It's really, really a struggle, and it's really hard to do, and they have to train for a long time to do it. Now it's a tough sport. So we're just waiting there for the results. For Karina. Just waiting on her difficulty and time of flight to be entered. Next up in the boys is Luke Strong from Liverpool, under the guidance of Jay Schooler. Built a very, very strong club there of youngsters in Liverpool there. It's a really growing and vibrant club. Still got the time of flight missing. I don't know what the difficulty is. No, still no time of flight.
Men, Luke Strong, Great Britain.
Must be coming. Nope. We're going for the men. Okay. So, Luke, here we are. Very, very promising youngster now from Britain, we're seeing. We've seen him jump synchronized in the senior. 3 drift start. Nicely done. Seems to be controlling it. It's good height. Form is there. Come on, Luke. And stoy, as they say. Yeah, I think that was a good, strong routine. What do you think, Horst?
Very good one, I think. And I'm sure he will take the lead with this. he will get 56.76 and takes the lead. And also from Great Britain we have Nicole Short as the next competitor in the ladies event. And let's have a look what the Afonida did. Have they corrected the time of flight? Still the time of flight is not corrected, so she is at the moment at 4, at 3, and that will change because of the time of flight. But now for Nicole. Not the highest routine, but I think still powerful. And I only saw really 2 mistakes there with her legs, so the execution shouldn't be that bad. Let's see. Still in the lead is Myla from Denmark. Maybe this will change now. I think the technicians still have some problem with the time of flight. Hopefully so Nicole made it for the lead, 49.705. From Denmark, Christian Andersen. Same name as the famous known fairy tale poet and what else? Christian Andersen.
He's doing some good height here on the build-in. Looks like he got himself a bit stuck at the end. Yeah, just couldn't handle the height. I think he was definitely showing some promise, though, Horst, in the future. And Denmark there under the watchful eye of Bo Turby, who's a renowned competitor in his own right in his day. And he's brought a handful of youngsters through. And some seniors like Peter Jensen, who we'll see later, contending for medals. So they're in a good stable. He's coming from a good stable, and I'm sure he'll improve those corrections that he made there, which were too much for that kind of height. You just can't wiggle much more than your eyelid and you fall off. So
Ladies, Beatriz Martins, Portugal.
So we're moving on to the ladies now. From Portugal, Beatriz Martins. That's a good name. Portugal featuring really strongly actually here at this championships, which is good to see. They've come through. They're currently 3rd in the medal tables, behind Russia and then Britain. Can Beatrice add to that? Oh dear. I think the nerves are getting to young Beatrice there. Oh. Her legs are getting shaky. It's never a good sign when they can't make those first in jumps. Coaches will be calming her down. Yeah, she's looking like she's ready to go again. She'll maybe lose some points on time, but nothing again dramatic. Again, we want safety rather than time, so the penalty points are not that bad. Start. She's got herself stuck in the end, but she's surviving. Wow, she's come back from the end. Beatrice, well done. Well done. I have to say well done. From that end, yeah.
Yeah, very well done, and I think I have to look at the coach. If the coach really moved something, I don't know. He maybe saw it better than we did. Oh, the coach wasn't moving any hand, so he has good nerves. Others would have thrown the mat, maybe. It was very close. Maybe she and he are used to it. Now she recovered well. Well done. Went through all sorts of trouble. One managed, and how much she got?
Man, Diogo Abreu, Portugal.
48.275. And also from Portugal, Diogo Abreu.
Good strong start there from Diogo. And again, just unable to control that height. Oh, the lady with the smelling salts is on her feet. Nope, she's sitting back down again. He doesn't need it. So I'm not quite sure how many Diogos are currently in the Portuguese team, but there are quite a few. So it's obviously a common name over there. I'm not sure if it has a meaning, but I'm sure Lewis would tell me if he was here. So Diogo makes his way to the kiss and cry. Unfortunately, on this occasion, it's a cry because he didn't have quite the stability that he needed. So we're moving on to the ladies, and the next one to go from Ukraine, Diana Klushnik.
It, but so I think. Start was not that bad, but the end was like she had not enough power anymore at the end for their skills. Well, so Nicole, short from Great Britain, is still in the lead. Will be after this routine, I think. So it's 5th place for Diana. So now they included difficulty. She is with 49.990 on 3rd place. Another Portuguese, Ricardo Santos. Hopefully he has more luck than his compatriot. good so far. Oh, he managed it. He managed it. Also the outbounds. And a very quick twister, I think he was. My God. But high difficulty, I think. Let's see what the outcome is for Ricardo. He's not so satisfied.
Well, I think moving around the trampoline certainly excited the Russian technicians that I can hear behind shouting at each other. So they had to run around a bit, and certainly that last bit, I must tell them that there's a man with a heart condition in the hall somewhere, so he shouldn't keep doing that. But yes, he pulls it off, and we're waiting now. Ricardo looks like he's gone into second place, 54.195. So he's just slightly behind the Brit, Luke Strong, who maintains his lead. And on the other side, the Austrian still, Martin Spat. So we now move on to the ladies.
And in the ladies, we have Belgium also back after a pause of some years. Starting nicely with the triple, but then a little bit of trouble in the half and half out. Recovery was good with some easy skills, but it will not take her into first place. Justine Brodelet from Belgium. A little bit disappointed. Yeah, sure. So, and in the meantime, we got the time of flight from Karina Afonina from Latvia, and she takes the lead with 50.7 and 47.970 for Justine. Putting on on sixth place. From Russia, Alexander Normov.
Yeah, still Russia dominating the event, maintaining themselves at the top of the leader chart with 14 gold medals, 4 silver and 4 bronze. So nice deep shape, but I don't like these wide cowboy legs in the tuck drifts as a judge. So it was big difficulty, and it was quite high. A few errors on the form, I think, but it's not massive. Now, is that strong enough to take 56.7? So that's what he's looking for. He's looking for 56.8 or more in order to go into the lead and take the Brit Luke Strong. Still waiting. It's interesting, the scores as they climb up the chart, as they put more and more score in. It's quite an interesting chart table to read. You have to make sure that they're finished adding scores to it. still waiting for his time of flight again. Another delay on that time of flight. I think it's made a significant difference, time of flight horse, to Trampoline as an introduction, but the machinery is very delicate and it's quite difficult sometimes to get scores out of it. But there we go. Nope. So we're still waiting, and it's the delay that's frustrating for everybody. But the audience are getting excited now. They want the score. And so do we. Oh, maybe time of flight needs the lady with the smelling salts.
Maybe, yes, but they have to recalculate it obviously on video, and they do it now because we have the last competitor to come, and it's not very good not to know the winner at the end, so they want to do it now that they have the right score for Alexander Naumov. And I think the announcer in the hall should tell something about what happens. He should know and tell the audience. We go on with the ladies' last competitor from Ukraine, Valentina Liakovska. She was the best in the prelims. Strong team the Ukrainians had here. I didn't like the second last skill, but all in all it was a nice routine. Let's see. Difficulty was not higher than the other ones, I think. So in the lead we still have Karina from Latvia. The president of UAG, George Gelzek. Do we have the score? So we have the score for Alexander Naumov now. He takes the lead with 57.045. And now we're waiting for the score from Valentina. It's 41.390. And that is enough for her also to go into the lead. So she already has the gold medal. And now the last competitor from Russia, Nail Iksanov.
So Russia already holding that gold medal position. Great Britain and Portugal. And is Niall going to push somebody out? It's a good start. I'm seeing clouds of dust with the chalk coming from his legs. It's looking pretty central from here. Yeah. Fused. Difficulty-wise, it looked to be up there. It's got a few short form breaks, but I don't think there's anything dramatic there. I think he's going to be right up there contesting with the medals. So, it's not looking good, unfortunately, for Portugal, I think. Now we'll wait the scores. Waiting for the difficulty now for Niall. But already without any difficulty, he's moved up 2 places and he's in second. So, sorry, in 6th, should I say. No, he's no 6th. Yeah. Yeah. So. We wait patiently. Crowd is excitedly clapping again. Yeah. So they put a 16 score up. So that was a big difficulty. And it puts him into 3rd place. So we have Russia, Great Britain and Russia in the men's, and Ukraine, Latvia and Ukraine in the women's. So that was quite an interesting under-21s event. Let's see, this is building now for lots of excitement when we get to the final event of the day. But right now, they're marching out, or shuffling, as so often we see.
Men and ladies individual trampoline, marching. We represent participants of final competition in individual trampoline. Ladies, Victoria Voronina, Russia. Tatiana Petrini, Belarus. Laura Bellinger, Great Britain.
We see the presentation for the final event of the European Championships here in St. Petersburg.
Portugal.
The ladies individual trampoline. They are presented in the order they competed in the preliminaries. And as I said before, there is one replacement because Grégoire Penn had to get out of this competition because of injury. And for him, Peter Jensen. There he is, Peter Jensen. He is as 8th person in the final.
James Higgins, Great Britain. Yuri Mikitin, Ukraine. Diogo Ganchino, Portugal. Nikita Fedorenko, Russia. Dmitry Ushakov, Russia. Разминка. Warm-up.
So we have a short warm-up, and then for me, the most exciting event will start.
Yeah, it's the one we've all been looking forward to, Horst. Seeing it, and for quite a number of these gymnasts, it's a deciding event for them, for their Olympic places within the teams, because a lot of the countries have got a slot, but their gymnasts are fighting for that slot. And here is where a lot of them have decided it's the test event and points for it. So certainly Britain, I know others are the same. It all counts towards an Olympic position. So for these guys, very, very, very serious competition. So it's the highest DD that we've seen so far in any of these events is Fedorenko at 17.3. And that's some difficulty. Very impressive, and I'm glad I wasn't the difficulty judge at that point, although I was having to oversee them, so I did have to do it, and my pen had smoke coming from it at the time. So the highest routing in terms of height in the prelims was Ushakov, again from Russia. 18.65 time of flight. Huge, huge air. So that's what's going to give them the time to do. I think, again, we're seeing the moving on for the men. And 3 triff start, Horst, is kind of old season now, you know? And we're on 4 and 5 triff starts, which is, you know, one day we'll be seeing all triffs, maybe. Do you think we'll ever get there? We've certainly seen a quad before. What do you think?
I think it will not happen so soon because now they stabilize all around 17 point something, the top level athletes in the world. So here are some of them who can do 17, and I think they will not do triples like 10 in a row or something like that. I'm not so sure about the quadruples also because everything you do in more difficulty will also result maybe in less hate and also a bit lesser execution. So I think the balance of it is one thing. And we saw in the past, for example, that they all stuck a bit at 16 to 16.5 or 16.4, and now they moved up, the best ones of course, to 17 something, and the others are at 16.6 or whatever. So the same difference between, let's say, the highest level and the, I will not say second level, it's too harsh. It's just the sum of them behind the first 5 or 6. They are there, and they all can do it. Of course, they all can do more triples. And for example, I've seen yesterday or the day before yesterday an Israeli guy who did all the triples you can do. So full in triple, half out pike, and something like that. And he used it in the first routine, and all in all he did 6 triples. So they all can do it. And but to put them together is very, very hard. I think that's why the triple has still a bit more value than a double.
Yes, I think you're right, really. It's. I remember way back when, I guess in the 80s, seeing, in the ladies, seeing Rushadan Kupiria triple, and a few occasional ladies at the time. But it was quite special to see a lady triple. And now we're looking, and probably you couldn't make one of the national teams if you didn't triple as a lady. So the same has happened to the ladies. It's come on quite dramatically, I think, because the equipment has aided them. They're not quite as strong necessarily as the men, but my oh my, they've certainly come through. In the past, we used to say, well, the men have to do the difficult thing and the ladies have to do it beautifully. That doesn't count anymore. Now everybody's got to do everything, and they've got to do it well. Otherwise, you're just not going to medal here today. So we're looking for strong performance, plenty of difficulty, and now lots of time of flight as well, because that all counts. So we're finishing the warm-up, and Are we going to start with the ladies, do you think, Horst? So, we'll prepare ourselves for the first Russian we're going to see in the finals. Victoria Veronova. Veronoviana. Voroni. See, I can't. That's why I give all these pronunciations to Horst.
Разминка закончена.
So, over to you, Horst.
Yeah, and the ladies, it will be the only Russian.
Финальное
Victoria
упражнение
Voronina.
женщины.
Final routine, ladies. Victoria Voronina, Russia.
The Russians were a bit disappointed with their team in the ladies event. And now it's on Victoria Voronina to get another sight from the audience on these ladies. Good start. Nice. I see the coach, Vitaly Dubko, is pleased. The oldest coach here in the business and the most successful. And I think also Victoria is pleased after some days of not so good competitions. She did well.
Yes, she had equal highest difficulty in the setup round, so in the prelim round. So, and good to see, as you say, Vitaly there with her. And I think Vitaly's actually moving around a lot easier than he has been in the past. So he looks to me as if his health is improving as he gets older. An incredible man. So we move on down to Peter Jensen. Peter coming in as the reserve in this event. Wants to set a high standard. Gets himself slightly caught at one end. But recovers well. Peter's been around for a long time now. Honed athlete. Oh, really stuck there. And unfortunately, it's not going to be for Peter. Well,
Den trækker i den ende der, de må den gøre.
so it was Gregoire, wasn't it, that there was out Horst from the men's event? It was the French lad Gregoire. So Gregoire is the existing reigning champion. Is out of the event, and in comes Peter, and unfortunately doesn't set such a high standard as we saw set in the ladies event just now. So next to go in the ladies is Tatiana Petrinia, who was 5th in the World Championships. And we'll see what she's going to be doing from Belarusia shortly when we see the scores for Peter. So I'll hand over to Horst for a better pronunciation.
Oh, you did it well. But first we wait for the... Oh, it's there now, I think. 57-207 I saw already somewhere. Not shown on the screen here. But we work on to
Ladies, Tatiana Petrenia, Belarus.
Tatiana Petrenia from Belarus. Also some time in the business. 30 years of age. Long career so far and very successful career. And she does well. Yeah, already got the gold medal in synchronized today. And this was also a very stable routine. I actually haven't seen her often missing their skills, so she was always on top most of the time in the finals, and this since almost 12 years, I think, in her career. And it's 55-195, so that is the lead for Tatiana. Sébastien Martini, competitor from France. It didn't fly off, so it was an improvement from yesterday, and he needs it because they were all a bit frustrated, a bit unsure of themselves after what happened to them yesterday. So this was a routine he can live with, I think, even though at the end he was on the mat. A little bit disappointed. Will cost him 1 point. Let's see what the outcome is. I think he will go into the lead because Peter Jensen also had a mistake there. But waiting for the difficulty. Yeah, he did a 17-0 as difficulty, so he will take the lead with 52.370. And next will be from Great Britain, Laura Gallagher.
Laura training down with the high flyers down in Somerset with Sue Bramble. So if she hits this start, we should see a good routine from Laura. Nice start. See the spotters moving, although I can't see roughly where she's going. So she has moved towards the side somewhere, but she seems to be hanging on, and she's certainly keeping the form well. So, yes, complete. So, well done, Laura. Hoping to see a difficulty up in the 14s there, along with the others. So, I think that, providing there were no real issues around the moving to the side bits, that should push on up and start to push at the top end of what we've seen so far. And that's her coach, Sue Bramble, there with her. Horst, as you say, the coach is smiling, so it's looking good. Third place. So she didn't move up into the top one. She's currently in third place. As we move on to the men. Vishelu Modzel, Belarusian, who's third in the last European Championships. Strong drift start. Quite a high difficulty, quite a high time of flight. It's been around a little while now. I always find he twists really fast. I don't like the cross arm bit, but he's happy with it. He's punching the air with it. What do you think, Horst?
Very good routine from Vyacheslav Mozel. I liked it, so he liked it. He's very quick in the air. Wonderful Miller at the end. Oh, he is happy. $57.520 puts him in the lead. Yeah, clean routine with difficulty of 16.2. And now we have Svetlana Makhtarova from Belarus. Very high, clean. Oh, she did well, I think. Svetlana Makhtarova, Belarus. Her coach Evgeny Belyayev is happy, I think. He himself was a wonderful competitor. Nice and clean, even in slow-mo. A 52.955 puts her in fourth place. Reason is the difficulty of 13.7 against the others have all above 14. And that's why. And another British on the men's trampoline, James Higgins.
James training in Northampton under Tracy Whittaker. very impressive prelim jumps, I have to say. I thought he was slightly undermarked. He's struggling a little bit. I heard the springs from here. So he's coming down in height. Lost a lot of height there, but he recovered. Again, quite impressive, that recovery. So he got close, but hopefully didn't actually touch the springs. They can't see from here, but let's have a little look on the slow-mo. Tracy looks as if she's happy with it. She gives him a little nod. Just there caught in the corner, and he's managed to carry on. Yeah, so you have to be very brave to keep going from that position, but that's what he did. So well done to James. Now,
Ladies, Natalia Moskvina, Ukraine.
yep, it puts him up into second place now. So Natalia Moskvina now for the Ukraine, going in the ladies. Lots and lots of sparkles here, looking like a glitter ball, I think, flying through the air, but certainly we can see her against the dark background. Yeah, who's not off to a good start there. Maybe she was blinded by the glitter. So she's not gonna. She's not gonna make a dent in the lead. Currently in the leads on the women's, we have Belarus, Russia, and then Great Britain. In the men's, we're looking at Belarus, Great Britain, and France. So, next to go, Yuri Nikitin. Yuri, fifth in the World Championships. He's an Olympic champion, and he has got a long history, and he's been around for a while. So, we're looking forward to seeing some good, strong performance here from Yuri. And is he going to set the standard now that everyone is going to have to meet?
He most of the time set the standards in the past years, so if he didn't compete, until he is not competing, nobody is sure which place they will get, because he can always go into the lead. I know that he has some back pains during training, and I talked to him the day before yesterday. It's not so easy anymore, because he also is a bit older now, with almost 34 years, so, and a long career. I knew him as a 16-year-old at European youth and so, and I watched him throughout his career, which of course, with the best result was in Athens Olympics as an Olympic champion. He's in the lead with 59.32.
Portugal.
Is in the lead, yes. The difficulty is 16.6. Time of flight 17.2. So he will not be the highest, but very good so far. And the next girl is from Portugal, Ana Rente. Since some years, always in the finals. And top competitor. And she is a fighter. Oh, good recovery. She has good nerves. Fighter as she is. And of course she is also qualified for the Olympics for Portugal. And let's see what the outcome is. Difficulty will be still high. I don't know if she changed anything. Others would have changed the whole routine when they are so near to the springs. No, it was real close. Managed well. Nice smile from her. And what is the outcome? 51-8-6-0. So it cost her a lot on execution and also in height of time of flight. So sixth place for Anna Rente.
Next to go in the men's, Diogo Ganchinko. Strong start. Again with the cowboy legs in the drifts, but we can see it from here. I'm not sure what the judges see. He appears to be stable. The current Portuguese national champion. And that looked good from here. That looked very good. So, now what is he going to do? How close to Yuri Nikitin can he get? Well, the Portuguese are happy. I can hear them singing. That puts him into second place with 58.72. Next to go in the ladies' event, Amanda Parker, working with Sue Lawton at Edgeborough, and really had a very, very impressive first prelim rounds. All four of the British ladies are strong, and Amanda steamed through. Can she maintain it? Good start. Two drift start. Height's still up there, so she's just struggling there a little bit. She's maintaining it. Crowd willing her on, and she's through. Wow. I got a feeling about this. I have a feeling that she's going to be up there mixing it.
Medal winners. If in junior competition, please get ready for award ceremony.
So we're just waiting for a difficulty now. So difficulty comes in at 14.4, puts Amanda in fourth place.
Russia.
Time of flight was reasonable. 14-4 difficulty was there. So the judges seem to have not overly liked what was going on. So that doesn't seem to be a problem either. So it's just very, very close. Time of flight was the issue. Time of flight was the difference. So they're very, very close at the top end of this.
Very close together, all these ladies. And wonderful routines we saw. So now we have Nikita Fedorenko, the 21-year-old Russian. Again he did well. During the whole days here he was the stable Russian, I think, except from Mushakov, and I like this guy. Look at his face. I really like this Malchik. Yeah. Very high, very difficult, clean most of the time. Yeah, and here he is, and he has done it. 59.510. Look at this face. This boy. I like him very much. Now we have, yeah, the decision in the ladies' final with Luba Golovina, who scored highest in the prelims. Very clean, she can jump. Let's see.
Yeah, I like Fedorenko as well. Her performance there to push up. He's already selected for the Olympic Games, so we're going to see him again. Luba again with a lot of pulling. Time of flight is down, but the form is high. Towards that back end. She punches, yeah. She's excited. So, she gradually works her way up our chart to see where she finishes. We're waiting for the difficulty. They're so tightly at the top end, these ladies. Luba is in fifth. That's showing the strength horse. Yeah, all the score is there. And she's in fifth on 52.955. Okay. So, again, height, I think, causing the problem. And now, finally, the one they've got to beat, Ushakov. Dmitry Ushakov. Russian national champion, 7th at the last World Championships. Powerful guy. Nice start, good time of flight. And the crowd chanting Stoy. Well, he's happy. His coach is happy. The lady with the smelling salts is happy. The audience is happy. Now, are the judges happy? currently his teammate and his compatriot Fedorenko holding that first position, Yuri Nikitin in second, and Diogo Anachenko in third. I would think that Ushakov is definitely going to get in there and split them, if not take that first place. And he takes the gold medal with 60.305. What a score! 60.305. That's huge. 17.1 difficulty. 17.805 time of flight. I thought it was large horse, but that's a big time of flight score.
He was by far the best, I think, during the last days also. And he had not a good year last year. So he was disappointed some times when he didn't make it in the World Cups or even at the finals of the World Championships. But now he showed that he is very strong and he will be a big contender at the Olympic Games. And I wish him the very best of luck. I think the Russians have two competitors who will be a big challenge for the Chinese and Japanese at the Olympic Games in London. So I now have to leave you because I have to give some medals. So I leave it to you to continue.
Okay, just to finish off the commentary now, and thank you, Horst. The medal table as it finishes: Russia 16 gold medals, 4 silver and 6 bronze. Great Britain 4 gold medals, 7 silver and 6 bronze. And Belarus coming in third, 5 gold medals, 5 silver and just 1 bronze there. Portugal, then Ukraine, Germany, France, Belgium, Denmark, Spain and even Latvia getting in there with a silver medal. So we've got now a number of countries. This is a widespread. I think this was a great European Championships. Certainly the coverage, the arena, the whole effort that the Russian Federation have put in.